You're either going to get this or think I'm completely mental. Or possibly both. Hello, I'm DevilboyScooby and welcome to the Let's Play Robot Wars Extreme Destruction Again Awards, a show in which, as the title suggests, I hand out awards for things that happened on a series a long time ago. Things like this. Idiotic AI reverses into pit. Rail company deems Tweed Creed too poor to ride train. Refbot decides a rare victory for Magnetron is not allowed. Refbot then decides to take a nap. Torpedo decides to take a holiday. Shunt decides the laws of physics are beneath him. Cock Cleaner decides to become a comet. And Chaos 2 sets out on round-the-world trip. Let's begin with the first award, because that's logical. Now these awards are based on statistics painstakingly gathered by the wonderful SW3 Ishida, amazingly of his own volition. One day my tiny brain may process a different adjective to precede his name, but until then may we all bask in his greater glory. They also only apply to created robots, as Willy Big Cheese and Thermidor are more overpowered than a gallon of air freshener in a cupboard under the stairs. Now I'll be honest, I haven't verified these statistics, because let's face it, I have better things to do in my life. That's a lie. So SW3 Ishida may well have rigged these figures, but I suppose having been used 87 times, that's 46 more appearances than second place Cock Cleaner, Wyvern stood a pretty good chance of having a decent record. In hindsight, it's a rather fitting reflection on real life that these were the two most frequently used robots. I find it very important to regularly use a Cock Cleaner on my Wyvern. Now you're probably asking for trouble when you decide to name a robot after a component you've never heard of until you watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on a game show channel that nobody watches, and then proceed to spell it wrong. So it's probably no surprise to anyone that Magnetron had the worst record. After all, you did have to endure several thousand parts of me needlessly name-dropping games and repeating stories of chocolate coins in kitchen appliances, the irony of which I've only just noticed. Now I don't want to involve my other interests in this video, indeed the fact I'm wearing a Doctor Who t-shirt, have my Rise Against and Harry Potter tattoos on display, a Paramore poster on the wall, 12 seasons of The Simpsons DVDs in the background, The Witcher and Tom Clancy novels in my hands, and a Horrible Histories and a Song of Ice and Fire collections underneath the camera, is a complete coincidence. But there's a Scooby-Doo Where Are You episode from 1970 in which a scientist develops a device enabling humans to understand and communicate with fish. A similar device would have been used for enabling humans to understand and communicate with mime fan. That took 552 takes, 2 days, 3 camera charges, and a lot of sweat, and I don't feel well, and just go away. Yet despite his inability to comprehend what headphones were, admittedly a trait shared by both Ouija Boy and Shadow Raven, he demonstrated a surprising knack for designing robots. Indeed, the flamethrower version of Moonbot proved surprisingly effective, both controllable and damaging, and it achieved a 75% win rate. If Moonbot had survived longer before being sent to the butcher's yard, I think it would have had the best record of the series. With its whiny circular saw, frying pan stuck on the front and wooden chassis that disintegrated quicker than Gemma Collins, it's no surprise that the aptly named piece of shit was... well, a piece of shit. What did you expect it to be? So in a rare display of nominative determinism, it wins the Piece of Shit award. It was the first robot designed in this series with the most basic of components, so it had absolutely no right to be any good. Indeed, whilst Ouija Boy was here, it wasn't. When it was accidentally picked in the presence of other commentators, it suddenly became God, helping win many a difficult tournament. And for that, Ouija Bot earns Most Surprising award. Although I suppose it would have been more of a surprise to pick a robot that wasn't surprising at all. But that's too confusing for my tiny brain. Now, due to the gradual progression of my channel into a community-based farce and my inherent self-loathing, you may have noticed I had a few guests along the way to keep the series interesting. Or you may have been completely oblivious to the world and not noticed. Some people volunteered, some people declined, and some people I poked with a very sharp stick and they got their own back on me by dying on camera. But this wouldn't be a proper end of series show without me acknowledging their existence, so I asked a few of them what their favourite moments were. Expecting sarcastic responses like when I hung up on Skype, here's what I got.
The best part of being on DevilboyScooby's series was actually being in it. Just a few years ago, I was a bouncing little boy who'd get excited and frolic at the sight of a new DevilboyScooby video. I saw him as some kind of celebrity and I would guess who'd win the next battle in the comments straight away, or I'd watch that LP episode from start to finish and then wait eagerly for the next few months for the next one to come out, and it still wouldn't. But now the series is updated regularly, and that frolicking little boy grew into a boy who doesn't frolic very much.
Yeah, this is my favourite bit, missing it because that sums up my life. The worst bit, my parts to be completely unlistenable and unwatchable. Sorry about that. Also, for YouTube puns. See ya. Ciao. Bye.
Now this series was not without its faults, the choice of host being the main one. But on two separate occasions the recording went so drastically wrong that I had to ask back incredibly patient guests to watch their shitty designs suffer at the hands of an even shittier physics engine all over again. It didn't help that I was controlling those shitty designs. For that reason, Protestifications and SW3 Ishida will share the Sportsmanship Award. May they wear that pointless accolade with false honour. If they don't, I'll be mortally offended. Now, every episode, with the exception of the uncut Part 33, had its own unique introduction. They ranged from the normal to the downright bizarre, from the musical to the whimsical, from the English to the Spanish to the gobbledygook, to the complete silence, which was probably the best, save for the guests. But the one thing they had in common is that each of them were a complete waste of time. And for that, I win the Loser Award. Although I'd much rather trade that award for the 500 hours I spent making those pieces of shit. Now from one set of bricks to another. The AI. Now when you're playing a game with dodgy AI, you have to expect the AI to act dodgily. But that didn't stop me getting irritated at the house robots. Each of them had their fair share of moments, but in watching the series back for this show, one stood out in particular. Sure, there were a few times he helped, but in general, when he wasn't driving into the pit, Sergeant Bash was acting a complete dick. And for that, he wins the Worst House Robot Award. I hope his creator is turning in his grave. Or if he's alive, he digs a pit and rolls around in it for a bit. Now for the less astute of you, this award goes to the AI robot with the most appearances, hence the title, AI Robot with the Most Appearances Award. That was Pussycat, although most of its appearances were for fewer than 10 seconds and ended in suicide. If you want some highlights of those appearances, keep searching. Here are some lowlights. David Gribble's ghost, look away.
Pussycat wins! Yes!
Surprisingly, it wasn't simply me and my guests who developed a death wish across the series, but also Plunderbird. Possibly helped by a partially sighted driver, it spent very few seconds fighting and most of its time trying to beguile us into a joint suicide. And as such, once the series finished, he enlisted in the Japanese army. He also invented a time machine, apparently. Now, each arena has its faults. Aside from the North Atlantic, which is just a massive fault in itself. But that arena doesn't really have any obstacles other than an oversized Crayola pen and gravity, which is a force of nature that can't be defied, unless you're on a Martian space base. But the New York subway station is entirely illogical. Far too many trains arrive within the space of 3 minutes, none of them are tardy, and some of them even seem to go to... The Tannoy announcer, who sounds like a love child of K9 and a Dalek, constantly announces, even though the clock says 9 o'clock, and the trains only ever arrive when you don't want them to. That's the last time I install overpriced rail simulation software. 2015, developed by Dovetail Games, and totally not on my Steam wishlist, waiting for a polite stranger to gift it to me. Now this wouldn't have been a proper series of mine without countless suicides. Kilohertz would be proud of Wyvern's swan dive into a missile silo, while Cock Cleaner honoured Eric with a shot-by-shot reenactment of its reversal into the pit. But of course the most infamous of these are the Wild Willy moments. Here's a compilation of all of those. If I missed one, I missed one. What are you going to do about it? Fuck's sake, no! Get in the pit, not me! Dignity.
You've lost your underpants.
Fine, which was really annoying. No, shit. Shit the bed. I'm stuck. I've said this before.
Don't do it again.
Onto the arena and looked close up at the ugly lumps of metal shit.
Oh, no, you idiot.
For the entire 3 minutes. Oh, balls.
Have you never had a beanstalk before?
Ah! What the?
I had to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
No! Ooh, he's tonguing me. That's deja vu.
No, you're going to fall down! Oh, you're dead!
Oh, you piece of balls, you Jake!
We're basically Mighty Mouse. We're
No, jeez!
I don't believe so.
No, I'm not even gonna. Oh shit! I think there was. For fuck's sake!
Well done.
It's almost like a series 3 tack. Hey, shit! He's gonna block me from the robot. What's wiki shit?
Don't question it.
Yeah, oh, balls. Based on my track record of pits.
Exactly.
Fucking.
You idiot.
I drove forward and it took me sideways.
Oh,
I like trains. First game was like a 12 or 16.
No!
Oh!
you know, pretend that the pit was your mouth
Oh,
and actually commentate with it. This is a
The subway's kinda unsafe because the
game.
start
Sims 4.
Singing Metallica.
What?
Enter
So
Sandman.
close, no matter. In the first series, I had creepily coercive commentary. This time round, I was straight up psychic, saying this to protestifications. I'll tell you who the most annoying house robot has been apart from Sergeant Bash so far in this series. It's Refbot. Because he'll come in and to count somebody else out and flip me over in the process. I wonder what happened a few months later when SW3E should have showed up. Right, I'm just not going to touch him.
Upside down, leave him.
Exactly.
Works.
Last time I touched somebody. You fuck!
That's incredibly irritating.
Indeed, during this playthrough, the coercive commentary perk was given to Taylor the Toaster.
Have you ever KO'd a robot by pushing it into a train?
Right, let's put him in the carriage.
Oh, we can actually KO him that way. School, there was somebody in the class called Niall, and he made a rip-off called Jeremy Niall, and good god, it was shit.
What were you saying about never getting anybody out on the train before?
Absolutely nothing. Have you ever defeated a robot by pushing it up the escalators at the far left? One, because they never shut up about how it won the second series.
We actually managed to get Juggernaut and Panic Attack up the escalator. Canadian Helloface also exhibited some magical capabilities.
I kind of want to lose that back right fight. Okay, good. Yes. Yes.
There were many WTF moments in the series, from dumpsters being attached to rockets, to Wheelie Big Cheese turning into Spider-Man and promptly being sued by Marvel, but not before appearing in the best superhero movie of the year. Not that it has any competition. But the moment that took the Garibaldi shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, as in the last session, as well as the co-commentators, the robots became sick of the Mars level and vanished off the face of the Mars. The first time it happened was actually to Tiger in a three-way melee, but nobody noticed because we were busy attacking the ever-present Dexterous. But the second time, when it happened to Creepy Crawly, we all noticed and were left more confused than Joey Essex on a quiz show. Now, the Christmas special saw a robotic version of Strictly Come Dancing, but instead of having an in-house band murdering previously decent songs, you had my melodious voice reading the track list of the best of Hanna-Barbera tunes from the tunes, possibly the single most boring piece of footage on the internet. However, it did give rise to my favourite line of the series, courtesy of the ever-present SW3 Ishida.
I don't even know how long that went on for, but a lot of people have just like skipped ahead in the video now, be like, when did they stop dancing?
Therefore, your reading of the track list means nothing, which is a shame because it's the most coherent and consistent English you've spoken in this recording.
Now, despite the best efforts of Americans and people from Essex, the English language is constantly evolving with numerous new words created every day. Of course, in a few years we'll all be speaking in emojis, but before then, try and fit this into everyday conversation.
Zipper, doodah, throwy, chucky thingy.
Now, throughout the series, most of us attempted to break into the world of the arts in the form of singing.
Every night it is as I'm hearing your heart will go on. Where's your head then? Where's your heat up? It's in your head. Still
We're going down.
I'm tempted just to sing no.
You gotta move, you gotta shake, and make a night you won't remember. We'll make a night you won't forget.
We're no strangers to love. Oh God, no please. You know the rules.
To be fair, I rickrolled everybody on Part 38.
But all of these meagre attempts paled in comparison to the heavenly tones of Hello Face.
Crawling in my skin.
Move over, Justin Bieber. Canada has a new biggest dick hit. Now, the tried and tested method for this game, at least for me, has always been to find a gaping hole in the arena, plonk yourself behind it and wait for the stupid AI to charge recklessly into it. And sure, that won battles, but the only surefire way of winning a tournament was to wait for your co-commentator to go to the bathroom.
It's a yellow card for the house robot. Get back to your seat.
You are kidding.
Actually won.
Yeah.
Wait, how did we win? Huh?
Yeah, we... My fans
No, I had to take a piss. I had to take a piss, sorry.
Playing or even watching this game for an extended period of time can be very taxing on the brain, body, and general desire to live. So things can be said. Sometimes it's garbled words.
The previous fish...
Why, hey lad, you want to go fishing? I'm Addy Kibbe from Inazuma 11 Go.
I meant tube station. I said fish. How does that work?
Just have a sit and think how you managed that.
Sometimes it's innocent mistakes.
The only Australian sitcoms I can think of is Neighbours and Home and Away, and they're both rubbish.
They're not sitcoms, they're fucking
Shut up!
operas.
Shut up!
And
I'm
they're both
tired.
terrible.
Wait, oh, did I just seriously say that? Oh God.
And sometimes it's, oh my god, what did I just say? I apologise, Steve Merrill, may you rest in peace.
Chromalotte was just a... Ugh. They must have had some sort of mental disability to dress like that.
Now for some more hilarious guests.
Of all the unique experiences that have come from this LP, such as mundane stat tracking that nobody but me cares about, teaching DevilboyScooby how to speak basic English, and then hearing the fruits of such labour by listening to a Hanna-Barbera track list, which nobody watched because there was nothing happening on screen at the time, one of my most favourite moments has to have been launching Flying Dumpsters Are Us, sending a dumpster into space with Wyvern via a decommissioned Siberian missile, because if you're going to start a business, you might as well do it in style.
Unfortunately, it's come to an end. I remember like it was yesterday, searching Robot Wars into YouTube, finding his channel. I watched one of his videos and I was like, this guy's alright. He's not great. He's not bad. He's alright. We was unable to win with my robot Sven. A great robot he was. But unfortunately, I had to go to the toilet. And as soon as I left, Sven finally won. I wasn't there for his victory. Of course I wasn't. I was away. What a disgrace. And it took me 2 minutes to come back. It was a long pee. I can't remember if it was a pee or poo now. I don't know. Probably a poo if it took that long. But I miss my robot's shining moment. I'll never forget that. DevilboyScooby, It has been an honour working with you. Oh wait, it's not dead, it's just the end of the series. I don't really care. It was rubbish anyway.
Now for some miscellaneous shit that I can't be asked to film individual introductions for. Because I'm lazy. I'm running short of ideas. And places to position myself in the camera.
It just takes that long to play this game. No, I'm gonna give up. No, I can't give up. Bonkers. People dying kind of improves their popularity as well.
Yeah.
Unless you call Hitler. Day 3 in the diary room. I'm kind of regretting going on this trip. Especially considering that I'm only a boy, so nobody knows what the fuck I look like. But then again, this is a great improvement on Newcastle. In Quebec, in Canada, they had a massive, complaint about KFC not being named Poulet, you know, Chicon de Friedi, whatever French is.
How long will it take for Dio to get out the freaking door?
It is quite fat. And I keep doing that.
My cat smells like Swiss cheese again.
Are these all just real robots now?
My coffee's not cold.
I'm just going to take a slurp of tea.
I should take a slurp. Wait, is that a strip? What? What was that? How was it tea?
It actually tossed itself over, and whereas on this game it just goes bah, 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 bah.
Found my wife's vibrator the other day. No, I'm not saying it was big, but I'm seriously thinking about entering it on Robot Wars.
Did he beat me up?
I think that would require a lot of censoring.
Can you pull out as a lesbian? I bet one-on-one gives great oral sex. Well, if you look at how quick its spike moves,
right.
So if you use that as a tongue... what did I Google? I was on the toilet the other day and I googled... I think it was...
Oh, for goodness
yeah.
sake. We're just degenerating you further now.
There is a coming out simulator.
Oh, God.
Don't ask me why I was googling that on the toilet.
Or why you had to disclose you were on the toilet while you did it.
Because I don't
And
normally
as punishment,
Google
Sabretooth
things.
has defeated us. Congratulations.
Well, that's about it for the awards, and indeed this series. Thanks again to all my guests, and to you for watching. Ramble your coat for 48 parts of bullshit and cows. I haven't. Hate this game now. Anyway, I've been DevilboyScooby. Until we meet again, piss off.